Hello dear fairy friends, my name is Nia, and in today's reading I am inviting you to walk with me through Eibenwald in Paterzell, Bavaria, one of Europe's largest yew forests. I will be showing you its secret fairy fountains, which are known for their healing powers. So come along with me and let us dive into these sacred water energies to find out how the fairy fountains of Paterzell can bring healing to you. Hi again. So as you can see, you have these 3 groups to choose from for today's reading, in which we will be finding out what pain you have that needs healing. So whether it be mental, emotional and or physical, and the forest fairies will be telling you how they will heal it with their magical fairy fountain water. So yeah, for group number 1, we have this fairy Empress card and a piece of wood. For group number 2, a fairy Temperance card and a forest strawberry leaf. And for group number 3, we have this lovely star fairy and these baby pine cones. All you need to do now, as always, is to focus your attention on today's topic. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, pause the video if you have to, and when you think you're ready, then just see which one of these 3 groups calls your attention the most. Do not overthink it, let your intuition decide, and then you can have a look in the description box down below where you find the timestamps for each individual group, so I will see you there. Welcome to your reading, group number 1, everyone who resonated with the fairy Empress and this piece of wood. So we will be finding out what kind of pain you have and how the fairy fountain can cure it. Okay, so let's get right into it. I'm getting many psychic downloads already, but let me start off with this piece of wood. By the way, all items I chose for today's reading come from my fairy forest, and yeah, they are kind offerings from our fairy friends to help us connect with yours and their energies. So let's see. For some reason, this kind of reminds me of a flame. This piece of wood. I have psychometry, so when I touch items I get psychic downloads. It reminds me of a flame. It reminds me of one's energy in the tarot. Okay, this is all about energies and fire signs. You might have a lot of fire in your astrology chart, or you might need some fire energy in order to boost your healing. Okay. Also, I'm seeing in this lovely card here a stem, or I don't know exactly what it is, but it looks it looks just like this piece of wood. So definitely chose the right. Oh my god! And her hat, which looks like a magician hat and like a fool's hat at the same time, has the same kind of shape as well. So I'm already getting the message here. I was feeling, by the way, and still am, a very strong presence from a particular fairy that is coming through for you, and that is definitely her, the Empress. So know that you will be getting psychic downloads through your crown chakra from this particular fairy with regards to your healing. Okay, like if you are not familiar with the chakras, look it up, do some crown chakra opening meditation, just educate yourself about it. But that's truly like the highest, most divine chakra we have, which is how we are connected to the love and the light from the universe. Okay, now I'm getting psychic downloads. So this is just about you needing like energy, literal energy to trigger your healing. Now I'm getting psychic downloads about your ailments or your pain. many of you watching, and keep in mind that this reading is for the collective, not every little single thing that I'm about to say will resonate, okay? Just take what does, feel peaceful about the rest will be for someone else, but I am getting that many of you watching are suffering from hypersensitivity regarding the nerves on your head. So I'm seeing a lot of light and noise sensitivity for many of you, and migraines, headaches, dizziness, brain fog. So you are kind of very irritated, your nerves are very irritated in your head, and yeah, so depending on your personal situation, particular triggers can really be awful for you, like loud noise, or I'm getting light sensitivity to the eyes. It could also be affecting your nostrils, I'm getting for some of you, but keep in mind there's a lot that you can do to ease this pain by going inwards. Your body tells you something. If you are very hypersensitive to triggers from the outside world, your body is telling you, please go inwards. Please detach from the outside world, from any triggering people or situations. Go inwards. Use your third eye if your physical eye hurts you. Use your inner hearing if your ears hurt you, okay? Stuff like that. And definitely do the crown chakra meditations. If you are not sure what the cause of your physical symptoms are, know that you need to focus on the spiritual root, because anything that happens to our physical bodies has a spiritual cause. And before meditating, ask the divine to tell you what the spiritual cause is. And then if you do the crown chakra meditation, you will get some psychic downloads. So do that. Your fairy wants you to do that. And you should connect with this Empress fairy here. She is the divine mother of all fairies, of all beings, okay? Empress energy is absolutely beautiful. It's nurturing, it's caring, it's loving, it's intuitive, it's abundant. And some of you watching, you could have invested a lot of your time, energy and money into figuring out what's wrong with your health. Okay, physical health and or mental, emotional health. You might have spent a lot of money, and your fairy is telling you, if you really connect to the root problem, which is spiritual, you won't need to invest in medication and therapy and like doctors and professionals like examining you. You can do it yourself. But again, people, I'm not telling you to not go see doctors. Please do. My father was also a doctor. I'm not against medicine or science at all. Definitely do that. But realize that in addition to that, you should focus on spirituality, okay? So also, by the way, any advice I'm giving is not medical advice coming from a doctor. I'm a tarot reader and a psychic medium. Just want to point that out, make that very clear. So stop giving away too much to what you've been doing so far. Also, she has a purple hat. This is third eye chakra energy, so maybe also do some third eye meditation. And she is very solemn. She's very kind of like your fairy, not strict, but she is telling you this is very serious. Do not take your health issues lightheartedly. Kind of stop fooling around. If you have been, it's time to focus. It's time to attune. It's time to go inwards. It's time to really tackle this issue, because many of you might have been suffering for a long time, even before you became unwell, and you've been suffering from some emotional trauma, and you have been suppressing it or not been wanting to deal with it, and your fairy's saying, do it now and I shall help you. And definitely, if today's reading really resonates, if the fairy fountain theme really speaks to you, use water
and water sounds with your meditation, okay? That's what I'm trying to do in this reading with the water sounds that you can hear right now, okay? So let's see what else she has to say to you. Your fairy, like I keep wanting to say fairy godmother. If you watched my first fairy reading, there was something about a fairy mother. Maybe she's coming through to you again. This is motherly energies, like a tough love kind of mother here coming through for you. So we get some more tarot information here. And this fairy tarot was anonymously gifted to me by a kind person. So if you're watching, thank you so much. If you too would like to send in some crystals like these hearts, some of these hearts also came anonymously through Amazon. I have an Amazon and an Etsy wishlist link down below full of items that I use for my readings. So let's ask your Empress Fairy Mother to come through and tell you how she will heal you. But you need to do your part of the job as well, okay? Wow, she's so strict, but in a good way. What more about group number one's healing, please? Wow, yes, oh my god, the High Priestess in the reverse. This is exactly what I just told you about you guys not being very connected to your inner self, and you guys also kind of suppressing or procrastinating working on an emotional kind of issue, like your soul is kind of injured from the past. And you have been suppressing that, and know that if you've become sick recently, it's a result of that suppression, okay? So now it's coming up to a point where you can't keep on ignoring it anymore. Peacock feathers. Peacocks stand for vibrancy, for vitality, for joy of life. So your fairy knows that you have lost a lot of your joy, your drive, your motivation. Yeah, like I see for many of you that you've been suffering a lot from your physical illness, so that you can't, go out anymore and engage with social life anymore. It's been really taken its toll on you. So your fairy mother is saying, connect to the root cause and you will know what it is. It's a spiritual cause that needs healing. And it might be ugly. It might be ugly like this toad here. But remember, in the fairy tales, if you kiss a toad, sometimes it turns into a prince. So you can turn this ugly into something beautiful. What else? Again, a 2. This is the 2 of leaves in the reverse. This is going to be a very intuitive reading because this deck isn't that much based on traditional tarot, but no problem for me. So this is talking about the issue that needs healing. Many of you watching, you could have been traumatized as a child, and of course there will be different scenarios, but a big one is that you have a child-parent trauma going on. It could be that your own mother or mother figure or father abandoned you as a child. They could have kicked you out of the house when you were very young, too young. They could have acted very harshly towards you. They could have been very not motherly or fatherly at all. They did not give you the care and the protection that a child needs and deserves. So and they kind of left you hanging when you needed them the most. They could have even attacked you, criticized you a lot. They could have told you that you are, if you have siblings, like the only one who doesn't function, the only one who's like the weird one, like the black sheep. They really made you feel worthless. or left out, abandoned in some way, shape or form. If that doesn't resonate, you just grew up without really having any like stability or that go-to person, that place of peace and comfort as a child. And that's the root cause of all of your physical ailments, this childhood trauma. So you could even do some guided meditations that kind of take you back to your childhood. I can't recommend any on YouTube, but I know that there are some therapists out there, if you can afford therapy, who do that kind of, what's it called? Accompanied regression therapy or something, where they take you back to childhood, either consciously or during hypnosis, and you relive your traumas and you learn how to process and heal from them. So I see early childhood trauma with parent figures. So my heart goes out to you guys, and you need to like properly understand this and not say, well, wasn't that bad, or I don't want to deal with that anymore, because your body is telling you you have to deal with it because this is making you sick. I see for the majority it will be one person in particular. Yes, the 10 of acorns coming out, and again we have this guy here who looks like a child. You could have had like, I see like a pet for some of you when you were a child, a pet who kind of gave you the love and the attention that you were craving from your parents. I'm feeling mother in particular. Could also be father, but for many of you mother. Or you could have had, you know, a friend, like there was someone in your childhood. And if there wasn't like a physical entity with you, it could be that you were always very close to your spirit friends, psychic guides. You had someone there in the past, and it could even have been this fairy energy that you are channeling now. So know that you are never really alone. Even back then you were not alone. So if you're struggling right now, if you're feeling depressed for some reason, and you can't figure out why am I suddenly feeling depressed or low, or why are my symptoms suddenly getting so much more unbearable, is because you will have unconsciously received a trigger that put you back into this childhood situation. And when that happens, call upon this spirit friend. If your pet is diseased, you can talk to it. It will come to you. If you think it's your fairy mother, talk to her. Like, call upon anyone that you trust in the spirit world, a guide, an angel, a deceased loved one, your fairy mother, and they will help you regain stability. Okay, so you're not alone, you have a helper, and I have a strong suspicion that you have always had this kind of protective fairy energy around you. So what else do you need to do for your healing? Wow. Oh, 4 of leaves, look. Like, no, seriously guys, this might sound a little bit sad, but it's not, and you will heal from it. And I'm starting to develop some goosebumps right now. Right now, you're probably an adult by now, like certainly a lot older than when you were a child. You might be feeling attacked, like other people are not there for you, they don't have your back, they attack you at best or abandon you completely. And it's time to detach. I told you that in the beginning, because right now if you turn to physical people for help, they will only make you feel worse. You are meant to kind of go through this alone physically. You need a lot of distance, a lot of alone time. That's why your body is giving you these signs to rest and go within. But then within, look for this spirit helper. Don't look for help from outside people too much, because they will only let you down. This is a warning from your fairy. So don't look for help from other people. They will let you down, make it worse. Go within, take responsibility. You're not a victim, you are in charge. Ask your spirit team for help and get to the root problem of your illness. Now I think we're done. I'm gonna get my oracle cards now, my Sacred Forest oracle cards, for some more messages from your fairy fountain helper here. Also, guys, I'm getting, because this is a fairy fountain theme here, do some spirit baths, like if you can, if you like that, or even showers, the water element, like consciously and mindfully before you take a shower or a bath, or like spray yourself with some water, say, I am going to clean myself, cleanse myself of these toxic, dark energies of what was done to me. Like really like wash it off physically and envision your spiritual cleansing process, if that makes sense. And guys, if you enjoy this reading, please let me know. How did you like my intro? That was some old footage I recycled. I have I think two more videos like that I could turn into another magical intro. Let me know if you're interested, and if you enjoy this reading, please give it a thumbs up, and please comment if you don't know what to say. Drop me a fairy emoji or a purple heart. I would truly appreciate that. Thank you for everyone supporting me always. I love you guys. So, let's see. What more, please? I'm looking at your fairy. Please give some more health advice here. Fairy health advice. I think I'm gonna, she says, like, draw the card. Okay. Oh my God, guys. This says cleansing. And what's this tree called in English? Oh my God, Kiefer in German. What's this tree called in English? I'm gonna have to look it up later and edit it. Hopefully I won't forget, but it's not so much about the tree, it's about cleansing, guys. Your fairy says, yes, Nia, you got the message right. Tell group number 1 to cleanse their bodies. Like, do exactly what I told you. Take spirit baths. If you don't like bathing, maybe you like swimming, do some exercise in water. If you don't like any of that, then take a shower, or even like spray yourself with some sacred water, with some crystal charged water. It will truly help you envision your cleaning process, get rid of these hurtful energies from your childhood. Snow is about renewal. I love this. I love it. Like, I'm so connected to your like fairy here, but she's looking me dead in the eye. She's looking me dead in the eye. She's saying, I have messages here. Tough love, fairy mom. Coming through. What else? Tough love, fairy mom. Which one is it? The 2? Okay. Okay. Focus. Oh my God, guys. I'm getting so excited, sorry, but what did I tell you what this looked like? Like a flame. What is this woman holding in her hands? A flame that looks just like your piece of wood, guys. And she's even made, oh my God, she's even made of a tree trunk, guys. And this could be a yew tree, actually, the way it looks like. But guys, you can't make this up. This is you. And it says fire spirits, energy. Guys, thank you, fairy godmother, for being so connected with me today. So you can trigger your own healing, okay? You can do this, guys. It's in your hands. If you like Reiki, then maybe get into that as well, or Qigong. Do any kind of, physical healing thing that makes sense to you. Definitely that cleaning process with using water, like washing you, envisioning you, but also do some energy work, crown chakra meditation. And I feel like Qigong, there's a Qigong exercise where you literally envision a ball of fire in your palms of your hands, and then you touch the area that hurts and you give yourself energy, guys. Get it going, get into the fire spirit. Water and fire, and magic of the forest, focus. Your fairy is saying maybe you should spend more time outside in a forest if you can, get some fresh air, because trees create oxygen and like other chemicals that help with healing. That is scientifically proven. Meditate inside the forest, connect with your forest spirit friends. If you have a source of water in a forest, that is even better, but really like focus on your healing. This wizard here, he also has like this energy ball in his hands. You can make this magic happen. It's in your hands. Do exactly what your fairy mother advised you to do, and you will be fine. This is you, guys. Okay, So yeah, that was your reading. Really hope it resonated. If it did, then give it a thumbs up. Please comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the bell for notifications so that you will never miss out on a new reading on my channel in the future. Take very good care and until soon, hopefully. Bye. Welcome to your reading, group number 2. Everyone who resonated with this forest strawberry leaf and the Temperance card. So we will be finding out what kind of pain you have and how the fairy fountain will heal it for you. And I'm getting so many downloads already by touching and like engaging with this leaf. By the way, the word engaging. Okay, so a few nature, well, all nature religions, but I'm saying like a few religions also believe that everything that is alive has a soul. So I truly believe that this strawberry plant has a soul and you can engage with it and it's telling me things. So let me see what it tells me, because I picked this in the fairy forest and I love these wild strawberries that grow in the forests. They're tiny but they taste delicious. Nothing that you can get anywhere else. You know, the big strawberries taste like that. It's like divine when you have them. So thank you, strawberry, for providing that sweet treat to me, guys. And I'm getting sweet treats, like you should, but healthy treats. You should eat more fruit. And get more like sugar that comes from fruit. Like you need some sweetness in your life. If you've been feeling low or sick, you need more sweetness, but healthy sweetness. Like have some fruit smoothies and really make that a ritual. Or like if you like herbal teas or herbal food or anything, make that a ritual and get that kind of organic food locally and like really thank Mother Nature for providing that to you. Like, and that gratitude and connection with Mother Nature will heal you. And really like consciously, mindfully enjoy the food that you make and eat. Like you need to be more mindful about the sweetness in life that you can find, but you need to look for it. Okay, sweetness literally and like metaphorically, but yeah, sweet treats. Also, I'm seeing an angel now. I'm seeing your fairy. Like this looks like a fairy, like angel wings and a body. Like if you've clicked on this reading, you will believe in fairies. If not, why are you here? You should. But you can envision your fairy, and your fairy saying she's tried to show herself to you. That is so sweet. She's tried to show herself to you. So let's move on to your tarot card, because that is your fairy here. Your fairy fountain friend. She is so beautiful. This is the Temperance card. Temperance is all about healing. And look, she, like this fairy here, she is seriously floating in the air and pouring these jugs of rainbow healing, love and light on top of you. And this is not a fairy, a strawberry leaf, but it's some kind of leaf. That's the leaf there. Your fairy is telling you you will find healing by connecting with Mother Nature in any way that you can. So of course I would highly recommend that you spend a lot of time outside in the forest. But if you don't have a forest nearby, even if you have a park with trees, like you need to surround yourselves more with trees and plants that grow out there in the real world. You could also go to a beach, but I'm seeing like greenery is very important. And you know, I think I've mentioned this before in this reading already. Plants, green plants release chemicals that are natural and important for our healing. So connect with nature and find your fairy there. Speak to her. She will answer back, and you might actually see stuff. You might see stuff. If you do, like, don't think you're crazy. You might have seen things and you were like, no, this is probably nothing. Or you were like, oh my God, am I going crazy? No, you're not crazy. You're just really connected to Mother Nature, and you will receive some healing energy blessings. I was going to say at the beginning of your group that you have to do you're part of the job, and you kind of still do, but you don't actually have to do so much to heal because you have a very, very, very active helper. You just need to believe in her. If you believe in your fairy, she will believe in you. Okay, all you need to do is trust and believe. All it takes is faith, trust, and pixie dust. Maybe you've seen some pixie dust, guys. You have seen stuff. And after this reading, if you really get into that energy, you might see even more stuff. I would love that for you. It's getting kind of gloomy, so should I turn the lights on or not? I will not turn the lights on because I don't want to have too much electricity, if that makes sense. I try to use natural lighting only. I have my fairy lights here, but hopefully it's not too dark. If it gets too gloomy, I will turn the lights on, but I feel like we need like natural lights. Also, I picked this leaf yesterday on my walk through the forest, and I kept it in a little glass of water, so you need to drink more. Fairy fountain is sacred water energy, so you need to drink more, guys. You need to hydrate your body more. You are dehydrated. If you're not dehydrated, you need to get your lymphatic system going, and you need to cleanse your body by drinking herbal teas, drinking a lot to literally flush out toxins in your system. You might have some toxins in your system. I haven't really gotten that much information yet about what your ailments are. So it could be that you guys watching have just a variety of things. We'll see if anything comes through in these lovely cards that were anonymously gifted to me, and some heart crystals that also were anonymously gifted to me. Thank you if you are watching. If you too watching right now would love to send in some cards or crystals, I have an Amazon and an Etsy wish list link down below with items that I will use to provide better content for you guys. Excuse the dog barking. Maybe that's a sign for you. If it gets too much, I will close the window. And I took that as an opportunity to turn the lights on. So sorry for that interference, but yeah. What does your fairy want you to know about how you can heal and what you should heal? I feel like, okay, now I'm getting a psychic download that many of you, you don't necessarily have a lot wrong with you, but you have had a spiritual awakening and you maybe don't need healing, you might, but you're looking more for spiritual enhancement, expansion, if that makes sense. Let's see, fairy, please, what does group number 2 need healing for, and how this is going to be it, not this one. Okay, this is the page. It reminds me of the Page of Swords, but guys, oh my god. This deck is completely different. Okay, uses like different symbology, and guys, here's your leaf. This looks exactly like your leaf. So the fairy is saying, go out and be curious about nature and its spirits. Like, this is you here going on an adventure. I'm hearing picnic. Do you guys love to sit outside and like have a drink that you brought with you or some snacks? If that's you, your fairy knows. All you need to do is go outside, surround yourselves with greenery, talk to your fairy, they will hear you. And if you find feathers on your walks outside, you should collect them, because that is like, I love this saying, feathers are near. No, angels appear when feathers are, no. What's it? The saying, help me guys. When feathers appear, angels are near, something like that. So if you find feathers, that does stand for something. And you just go out and be curious, be very curious about the fairy realms. Also maybe get into wildflowers and their healing capabilities. I don't know what that's called in English, but in the German speaking realms, we have something called Bachblüten, which is a guy called Bach, like the musician, and he has discovered a few decades ago, many flowers and plants, and what kind of spiritual and emotional issue they can heal. Maybe get into that. Wow. Oh my God. Yes. Yes. This is the Hanged Man. See things differently. It's time for you to see things differently. You might need healing, specifically when it comes to your mental state. I'm not getting that you are really suffering that much. It could be. Keep in mind the reading is for the collective. Not everything will resonate here completely. But if you're actually quite fine and you're just feeling a bit lost or a bit low, and everyone here actually, all you need to do is change your perspective. Your fairy wants you to change your perspective. And I love how your card came out this way in the reverse. And look how your fairy, she's like pouring this magic onto you, and you're receiving it because you are looking at things differently. This society, this Western society, is so awful in my opinion. Like, not everything is bad, but a lot of it is so bad. We don't believe in magic anymore, and your fairy says, please believe in magic. Don't be like this boring, conditioned, brainwashed kind of machine, you know, just chasing after meaningless things. Like, look for the magic in life. See things differently. Become like a fairy person. Yeah, they want you to do that. And something about this broken knife and coins. Oh my God. Guys, okay, the knife might be relevant for some of you. Maybe you have recently or in the past been hurt by people, and instead of choosing revenge, you chose spirituality, and that is always a good thing to do. If you have done that, your fairy is applauding you. But these coins, I really want to make a wishing well reading at some point. So if you know that tradition that you like throw a little coin into a wishing well, you make a wish and it will come true. Do stuff like that. Maybe leave a little coin in the forest, or, because this is a fairy fountain reading here, visualize your healing using water. Like, maybe if it's a little puddle, anything that you have available, a little creek, stream, river, lake, pond, whatever you have, make a wish there, channel your fairy, and it will come true. Maybe leave a little offering there of any kind for your fairy in return. What else? Oh my God, yes, the sun in the reverse. You have probably lost a lot of happiness in your life. I'm feeling for many of you that's because you don't like this society at all, because it's so like grim and it's just been pure like evil the last few years, honestly. But it's so like focused on intellect and superficial success, and that's been taking its toll on you. Maybe you have suffered a painful loss or breakup that's also added to you feeling like low. Your fairy knows, and your fairy wants to give you energy to feel, you know, vibrant and happy again, to be dancing around. Maybe you should dance by yourself to some music. Just do that. Dance with your fairy. Envision your fairy being there with you. Like, your fairy wants to charge up your batteries, she's saying. And you can do that by believing in magic, spending time outside. And if you've been feeling like fatigued physically as well, or any like physical ailment that leaves you feeling depressed and just low, she will heal that for you. But she's also saying, don't become a dark person. Always choose love and light, and spend more time outside in sunlight. Obviously protect your skin, use sunscreen, but spend more time outside. You need more daylight. If you are a night owl, your fairy's telling you that might not be so good for you. Okay, so more sunlight, and then dance with your fairy. She will charge up your batteries. What more? Okay, yes. 5 of Hearts in the reverse. You could have, as I just said, experienced some kind of loss or a breakup. Maybe you like someone you really loved passed away, or you separated from someone that you really loved and they're still around. This loss has taken its toll on you, and your fairy is saying you gave your heart away, for some of you, to the wrong person. They did not return. Don't want to say the favor. They did not love you as much as you loved them. For many of you, this could be the case. You are a very devoted person. When you love deeply and strongly. And you're feeling so empty because you gave your heart away, and then your heart was either taken or like rejected. Now the fairy is saying, if that resonates, love yourself and love your fairy. Give to yourself, change your perspective. You might have to be alone for a while, but that's good, because only if you're alone you can truly find yourselves. So let's get some oracle cards now. My Sacred Forest oracle cards. And guys, did you love my intro? I loved making it. I had so much fun doing it. I have some more footage like that, which I could turn into a similar intro for another magical reading. If you're interested, let me know. If you enjoy this reading, I'd really appreciate it if you dropped an emoji like a fairy or a purple heart. Any comment helps. So thank you guys for supporting me. Now let's see how your fairy will support you. What does she have to say? Whoa. Oh yes, unicorn purity. Have you watched my unicorn reading? If you haven't, you should definitely watch it. This is your fairy saying just believe in magic. And the last unicorn is quite a sad story. You might be feeling like the last unicorn, like you are so lonely, no one is like you, you feel abandoned and rejected. But know that in your loneliness, you can truly experience your magic. If you're alone, it's not that there is anything wrong with you, it's the world that is wrong. That sounds kind of cliche, but for you that is true, okay? You are magical, you are beautiful, you are stunning. Just believe in yourselves, guys. Love yourselves, recognize yourselves for who you are, and get into that last unicorn energy. Like empower yourself by connecting with your own magic. You are magical, you are like rare, you are unique, you are precious. Say that to yourself. You're not a weirdo, you're not a loner, you're just the last unicorn. A magical creature. What else, fairy? Oh wow, yes, magic. Magic of the moonlight. You are probably night owls, aren't you? You should get more daylight, but if you are a night owl, if that's when you're thriving, you can still do that. Also, I have a reading about full moon energy work. You should watch that, because the full moon can help you a lot when it comes to manifesting things. So watch that reading if you want to. And you know, this is like, well, Magie is magic. Zauber is more like something enchanting. Like a wizard. A wizard does this kind of magic. In German, like, we have a distinction here. So just let your loneliness, or these lonely moments, just be a reminder of how magical you are. I know that's easier said than done, but your fairy's telling you, you can see the beauty of your loneliness, which will lead to you truly finding yourselves and healing yourselves and recognizing your own magic. Don't be so scared of it. And it won't last forever. And last message. Oh wow! I had this card here in group number 1 as well. I love it. It says energy, fire spirit. So your fairy has a similar message here with this card, similar message as in group 1. It's in your hands. You are more powerful than you know. You are not a victim, you're not a loner, you're not a freak, you're not a weirdo, okay? You are powerful, and your power, guys, is your magic and your uniqueness. It comes at a price, unfortunately. It makes you feel kind of, you know, left out, but your fairy is saying, you can really make magic happen by recognizing how magical you are, and just get more soaked up in this. you know, whole fairy fantasy world, which is not fantasy, has such a negative connotation, because like in this society we're so focused on reality, and reality means like boringness and intellectual stuff. No, just be a fantastic person, okay? Be magical, embrace it. Be curious about everything that is still left to discover, and connect with your fairy. Wow, love this reading for you. I hope you did as well. If that's the case, then give it a thumbs up, please. Comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the bell for notifications so that you will never miss out on a new reading on my channel in the future. Take very good care, and until soon, hopefully. Bye. Welcome to your reading, group number 3. Everyone who resonated with these cute baby pine cones. And the Star Fairy, this is going to be a reading in which we'll find out what kind of pain you have and how the fairy fountain will heal it. Guys, your card is the representation of like the fairy fountain to me. It kind of looks like my thumbnail as well, with these sparkles here coming out of the waters. Like the word I'm receiving, I'm hearing the word alchemist. Alchemist has a bit of a negative connotation, but you know, it's just a wizard mixing potions. Are you guys into potions? You know, like ointments and creams and like everything natural though, you know, ointments. I'm hearing ointments and oils and stuff. Like you guys definitely, if you're not into this, you should get into doing spirit baths, like, and also drinking water that you charge with certain crystals. You know, you get some crystals that represent certain powers and healing capabilities. You put them into clean water, you let that soak, maybe like under a full moon or like a starry night, and then you drink that. But like do everything with intention and mindfulness and visualize your healing, otherwise it will not work. So never do anything that you don't stand by 100%. With anything in life, especially like spiritual stuff, if you don't 100% believe in it, it's not going to work. So for example, if you want to protect your energies before and after doing and watching tarot, if you just look up some stuff that you find online, which like saging, for example, if you don't 100% believe in saging, it's not going to have any effect. So with your healing, your fairy is saying you have to truly believe in it. It has to truly make sense to you. So any kind of potion, magic, anything that has liquid, find something and use that for your healing as a ritual, but it has to make sense. It has to make you feel good, and you have to stand by it, otherwise it will not work. But yeah, water, like you should mix some potions, you guys. I love potions, sparkles. I love this so much. And she has a dress made of stars. This is your fairy, guys, here, the Star Fairy. And these baby pine cones look like what she has on her head. Like seriously, that looks like what she has on her head. And the story behind these pine cones is so cool, because I was in my fairy forest, picked those in my fairy forest, but I kind of had in the back of my mind, please fairies, can you gift an item that I can use for my fairy readings? And I was just doing my stuff, walking along this path, and then I turn around and I see these hanging in a plant and some leaves. And it really looked like a fairy had placed it there for me. So I believe that that's the case. So pine cones. I'm seeing, okay, wind chimes. I'm getting wind chimes. Do you have wind chimes? The energies or elements that you need to use for your healing are wind and water. Wind and water. So you really need to get into the flow of healing. And I see bells and wind chimes. Anything that moves in the wind and creates sound will heal you. Also, the sound of water will heal you. So there's a lot of sound as well. And even singing bowls. There are some singing bowls that you fill with water and then you make like these beautiful noises. Yes, that's it. Your fairy wants you to look up some water singing bowl music on YouTube or anywhere else and use that to meditate, or get some on for yourself. That will really help you guys heal. So I love that for you so far. Lovely messages. Let's get some more tarot cards for you guys. I'm not sure yet what kind of pain you have that needs healing. It could be an actual illness or just depression and feeling a bit lost, feeling in the dark. We will see what we can get from this tarot deck, which was anonymously gifted to me, and some of these crystal hearts also came anonymously. Thank you if you are the donor and if you're watching. If anyone else would like to send in some cards or crystals for my channel, I have an Amazon and an Etsy wishlist link down below. Also, the back of the deck, this color green looks just like this crystal. And I'm only noticing that in your pile. This is a perfect match. I'm not sure what crystal this is. This is not jade. If you recognize this crystal, please tell me. The box didn't have any like paper in it with information about the heart crystals. I feel like this is called something lizard crystal or something. Look it up if this speaks to you, okay? But green in general just stands for healing. And this is a very bright pastel green, so soft, smooth healing. Healing will happen slowly, and for you healing will come if you take it easy and if you treat yourself kindly, if you're really gentle with yourselves. Okay, what else? Please, dear Star Fairy. Dear Star Fairy Fountain Spirits, how can group number 3 heal? What do they need to heal? What do you want to say to us? Okay, I just had something happen. A little sting on my skin. If some of you have skin irritations, that's your reading. And use some natural oils or natural remedies on the parts of your skin that hurt. Okay, but also, by the way, I'm not a doctor and I'm not giving medical advice. I'm giving spiritual advice. If there's anything wrong with you, definitely go seek professional help. I'm just doing spiritual guidance here for you. So what do we have here? The Queen of Leaves. Okay. The Queen, guys, why just, okay, like look at that. This queen, she has the same kind of thing on her head, on her crown. I wonder what that means for some of you. Like these pine cones definitely, that's like my fairy saying, yeah, I gave those to you. Don't question it. I gave those to you. And now I'm getting the message. So you guys, you need to engage more with your fairies and stop being so doubtful and dismissive. Because if you are, your fairy can't be bothered to send you more signs or like actually do things for you in the physical. Like trust and believe. If your intuition tells you that something happened and it's your fairy, then that's most likely true. And I'm telling this to myself as well here, so I should not doubt this. This was my fairy gifting me this item. Okay, so yeah, you are kind of blocking your spiritual healing by being too doubtful. And I'm not judging you, it's just what your fairy's saying. Don't be so doubtful. Just embrace it. Embrace the truth that magic is real. It's just that we live in this boring Western society where any kind of like magic or fantasy is being like dismissed and ridiculed. Get rid of that energy, because your fairy wants to actually communicate with you. You might hear or see things in written form or like spoken words, maybe also song lyrics, some actual messages about your healing from your star fairy, but she can't get through if you block her messages by being too doubtful or too skeptical. Okay, so what does she want to say to you then? Wow, oh my god. This is the devil, guys. Okay. I need like a clarifier for this, but your issues, your pain comes from dark energies. And trigger warning, if you're feeling sensitive, then maybe don't watch this reading. I'm not going to tell you anything. Like, this doesn't have to be Satan. It can be sometimes, but I feel like this is more talking about toxins and dark people. But if you're feeling too sensitive right now, then maybe don't watch this. I'm getting many psychic downloads, but I need to clarify. Please, Star Fairy, what do you mean with this devil card? What do you mean with this devil card? I need to draw the card like this, she says. Wow, the moon. Okay, 2 major arcana cards. This is talking about fear. You might be going through a lot of fear. Now this Queen of Leaves in the reverse makes a lot of sense right now. So your own fears are blocking the communication between you and your fairy and your spirit team. You are like, your fears might be justified because there is some darkness in your life, and this could be linked to many different things depending on your personal situation, because this is a reading for the collective. But you could quite possibly have some dark people around you who cause you fear. You could have been affected by the goings on globally during the last 2 or 3 years, which are truly devilish. So your health might have seriously suffered, mental, physical health, from what's been going on globally, and that has caused you so much fear. And you always feel like you have like someone trying to attack you. I need to get one more clarifier. Yeah. Oh, yes. Okay, interesting. The 4 of Leaves. I had this card in group number 1, I believe. So you might want to watch group number 1 if you felt drawn to it. Because originally I wanted to give this item, these pine cones, to group number 1, but I didn't. So you have... I'm not going to lie to you, I'm just a very honest tarot reader. You have some dark energies surrounding you that try to attack you and your well-being, okay? But you can protect yourself, okay? That's the good news. But this attack from the outside world has caused you to be in this constant state of worry and fear and insecurity. And the beautiful thing is here that you have this wonderful healing protection fairy around you. So every time you feel scared, detach from this devil energy and try to contact your fairy and say, please help me, and truly believe that she can help you. She can work her magic, okay, to help you. And if you believe that crystals help to protect you, then use crystals. If you believe that certain potions help to protect you, use these potions. Anything that you believe works as protection, where you really fully stand behind it, definitely use it and make that a daily routine, because you have some dark energies around you. I just want to get one more clarifier here. What is this, please? 8 of Bells. Okay, so I'm going to, like, this is a very intuitive reading here. I'm just going to look at this closely, but yeah, you have been very scared and very much left in the dark. Someone could have quite literally like hurt you physically. You might have ended up being injured by the goings on during these 2 or 3 years. If you're feeling very scared, and I can sense your fears, but don't hold on. Like, I know this is easier said than done, but your fairy tells you, try and detach from these fears if you can. Do some energy work and consciously make the decision to not be a victim in this and to not let these dark people get at you. If you can physically distance yourself from these people and energies around you, spend more alone time. And don't let them drive you crazy. I feel like you have a lot of people around you who try to gaslight you, tell you that what you're feeling physically or emotionally is not real, that you are the crazy person. No, don't let them gaslight you. Just distance yourself from these energies. Don't let them consume you. Connect with your fairy, like she really wants to help you, and you will receive that help if you believe. Let's get some oracle cards here to further clarify. This is like getting very serious, but I wanted this to be light-hearted in my intro, which I really hope you enjoyed. But you know, sometimes you need, when you're really scared, you need to do something like light-hearted to like get you out of that darkness. Maybe that's what you should do. So if you want to see more magical, light-hearted readings, then please comment, let me know. Drop me a fairy emoji, unicorn, mermaid emoji, a purple heart. That way I know that you guys enjoy this fantasy content, which I really want to give you, but only if you tell me that I should do that. If you don't care, I'm gonna not do as many. But yeah, like you need like a reality escape, you guys. What else? Okay. Courage. What's this tree called in English? Oh my god. Botanics, I'm not very good at, especially not in foreign languages. Esper, it's a certain kind of tree, says courage. This is Neuschwanstein Castle, which is about like a 30-minute drive from where I live. I live in a fairy tale surrounding, but this is like a dark castle here in this image. You need to have the courage to walk away from someone toxic. I've done some personal readings with some of you guys who are in that situation and look like how these guys here are chained to this dark person. You might feel like you're locked into the castle of a monster like Belle and Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. Some of you might be in a relationship with someone who is truly dark and abusive. So your fairy wants you to have the courage to walk away from them. You're lacking the courage because you're being gaslit, or like people are telling you now you're just imagining this abuse. No, it's real. And you need to sum up the courage to leave and break free. Break these chains, guys. The only thing holding you back is your fear. I know that sounds cliche, but your fairy's telling you the only thing holding you back is your fear and your worry. Connect with your fairy. She will show you ways on how to do this. Be this blue butterfly. Butterfly doesn't think twice about, you know, breaking free from its cocoon and turning into a butterfly. It's just its biological duty, and your duty is to leave this devil. You need courage. Well-being, it says, and abundance, and the bee. Your fairy says to you that you deserve well-being, you deserve abundance, you deserve beauty and nourishment, you deserve all the good things. You haven't been getting them, not because you're not deserving of them, but because you are chained to something dark and you haven't had the courage to walk away from it. But your fairy wants to help you. Yeah, this fairy here, she is sitting on that bee, which is so cute. Like, your fairy wants to bring you away from it. Look, there's another like jar. I'm sure that's honey in this jar, but again, is your fairy saying use potions. Use some potions to help your visualization, to get away from this devil. Your fairy wants to bring you away from it, but you know, she can only help you get away from it if you want to, escape and like sit on her back and let her fly you to somewhere safe and beautiful. You might have children with this toxic person and you're trying to hold on to them because of the sake of your children. Know that your children will not be happy if one parent is really unhappy. They can pick up on that. Like, for their well-being, you should also escape. Okay, you should escape. You should work on an escape plan. Mushrooms, growth. Mushrooms again, like, reminds me of potions. So know, and a red butterfly, know that if you decide that you want to break free, if you visualize it, if you do your magic, if you connect with your fairy, Something will grow, energies will be built up that will eventually result into you being able to leave. But you need to work on it in an energetic sense, okay? Say, I'm done, I have had enough, I want to leave, I deserve better, or like other people that are also affected deserve better. You need to change your attitude. This is all about attitude and energy work. And if you get to that point, your fairy will do things for you, if that makes sense, okay? Things grow where you can't see them, and keep on investing into your growth, into your freedom, into your well-being, and into your independence, I'm getting, guys. So I really hope and pray that you can make it, guys. But you have a fairy here trying to help. So that's what I have for you in this reading. I really hope it resonated. If it did, then give it a thumbs up, please. Comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on the bell for notifications so that you will never miss out on a new reading on my channel in the future. Take very good care, and until soon, hopefully. Bye.